Hi everyone, it's Marcy Denning here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southwestern Ontario, Canada, and I'd like to thank you for pressing play on today's video. Today we're going to be creating with the Love For You bundle. This can be found in the Stampin' Up! 2023 Spring Mini Catalog. Now this is a fun fold card. This is the card we're going to be creating. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, the corner pop-up card. Just like that. I had seen a similar one done by the kitchen table stamper, I believe is what she goes by. So that is what I followed my directions for mine. She did a completely different card, but this is what I am doing. So I've already gone ahead and prepped some of the work. So you are going to, I've got a template here. All of the measurements will be found over on my blog. So here's my template here. So you can see it folds in like that. So it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then on the, you are going to score or notch with a pencil. And you're going to need your stylus for this part here, which is right here. So I have marked at 3.5 inches here. And then 1 7/8 and 7 along here. As you can see, there is 1 7/8. Sorry, 1.5. I was looking at the wrong measurements. 1.5 here and 7 here. So what you're going to do is we're going to just fold first and burnish. And this you have to finesse it in to position. All right. So I highly suggest making a template like I've got here, so that you have something to go by. You can tuck it in with your other saved fancy fold directions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler and my stylus on those marks, and I am going to create that line. And there's that one, and this one, and okay. So we are going to, as you can see here, so this line here, the original line, score line, that gets folded, tucked down in, and these two score lines here go up. So we are going to start by very carefully just pressing gently to get that score line to start. And then that's going to go in. And it just takes a little bit of time to finesse that, like I said, into position. We're just gently squeezing that. And I put lotion on my hands before I went live because they're extremely dry, and I can see I'm leaving marks on my cardstock. All right, so, and then you would just erase that pencil line after the fact. We're just very carefully. You can see it's coming too. It's coming around. Okay, so now gentle just kind of slowly work that into position. Same with the other side. Gentle, gentle. We don't want to bully it. We want it to be finessed. And you want to make sure your corners, your edges here are lining up. There and there. And then now that we've got that, we are going to just gently, not super hard, because we have to keep looking and finessing. Flip that over, and I can see I'm off kilter just ever so slightly. So this really is the longest part of creating this card. We're just holding. And that's looking pretty darn good. So we can come in here and press that a little bit better. Flip that over, come in and press that a bit better. There we go. Get that nice and even. And now give it a good firm. There we go. So that is how we create that. See, that wasn't very difficult at all. So then we just take and erase, open that up, erase that mark. Okay. Next, we are going to the layers. All right, so my layers are 4 1/8 on this side here by 5 3/8. So you're going to mark at 1 7/8 across the top and 1 1/2 from the bottom. You're going to put a pencil mark and you're going to cut that off. And then you're going to do the same here. Did I erase that one? Yes, I did. But here you can see what I did. Then you're going to go 4 by 5 1/4, and you're just going to go back by 1/8 of an inch and mark it. Put it in your slot of your trimmer and trim it off. Easy peasy. This is the one that still has the pencil marks, so we just have to erase that. And you can finesse it, figure out what measurements work best for you. If you choose not to, I like my layers. If you choose not to put layers, if you just want the one layer, if you're using DSP on your card front and on the without the layer of your other card stock, that is a-okay. It's whatever works for you. All right. So this here, let's move that out of the way. I have just random stamped across the front using the flowers and the leaves, and my colors are Night of Navy, Fresh Freesia, Coastal Cabana, and Soft Seafoam. I took them from the Fancy Flora 6x6 Designer Series paper, because that is what is on the inside here. All right, so that out of the way. I've got all my stamps here lined up. My ink pads, make sure I'm in screen. And we're just going to move that out of the way. We don't need the blue quite yet. And the Coastal Cabana and the Soft Seafoam. All right. So we're just going to start wherever. And this is two-step stamping. So we are just going to, oh, there's something on here. There we go. So I'm just going to random stamp. And I'm coming in with the exact same color. And I'm just rotating, and I don't care if it's not perfectly lined up. When you go tone on tone, you're going to get a deeper tone. So you don't have to necessarily stamp off. And let's add some of the fresh freesia. Okay, so and our fresh freesia insert piece. Whoops. And you can do as much or as little as you want. We're creating our own DSP here with this. Okay, and then we're going to add some leaves. Get that out of the way, move that. So let's come in here with our leaves. So we've got, move that so I don't accidentally. All right, so I'm just inking up to make sure. Every time you do this, it's going to look a little different. I'm just adding leaves here and there to kind of fill in that spot. And then the filler piece. And the soft seafoam isn't quite as vibrant. I love soft seafoam. It is my favorite green. I think it goes with just about every color. Now we don't need to worry about having too much in here because this, our big So Much Love, is going to be in here like this. So we know that this center area, we don't need to worry about filling with ink. All right, so now let's do our single leaf. And how about one more there? And then that filler. And one over here. Okay, so let's see what we think about that. I've got maybe a smidge more on this, but I think that looks pretty good. Although I think I'm just going to add one more bit right here of the fresh freesia. So that is, I never suggest reaching, but oh well, we are today. Okay, and then we're just going to pop that right there. And now we need our centers, which is Night of Navy. Pulling all those colors together. And I'm stamping off with this because it is such a dark color. And all of my flowers are getting the exact same Night of Navy, center. And I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not worrying about it being perfectly aligned. Oh, that's that way. Oh, that one's really bad because I'm kind of reaching over here. And one more. So this kind of a design you can use for any type of card, I think. Something fun. So I needed an anniversary card for my nephew and his wife who live in Arizona. And mail seems to take an awful long time coming from Canada to arrive in Arizona sometimes. So I wanted to get my anniversary card for Drew and Caitlin done right away. So that's why this sentiment is happy anniversary on the inside. However, the card I'm going to be creating here with you is going to be a little different. So I just put that aside for the moment. We need to come in and add just a little bit on the inside. So there's my big one. So this card I'm creating now is going to be for Brad on Saturday, February the 11th. Brad and I are celebrating 39 years from our first date. I am a romantic. Whoops, I just put a little bit of ink there because I didn't stamp straight. I am a romantic at heart, so we celebrate the anniversary of our first date. It's hard to believe that. We've been together 39 years. All right, so next, let's bring in our fresh freesia. And that's gonna go like so. So this card is going to have a different sentiment on it. And that way I can give it to him on Saturday when we have a special dinner. All right, so get that out of the way, and let's add some leaves now. And I'm going to say that's good enough. Okay, so now let's just go over that. And our double. Oops, that's the same one. Where did I put you on my, here you are. And there we go. And we can now close this up. And now we need our centers. And only 2 of the centers are showing. Okay, and then the inside is going to say each and every day. So much love for you each and every day. Right there. Love this stamp set. And I'm going to just rather quickly grab out my ink, my sand eraser, and we're just going to give that, and I want to take that off the table to, I don't want that all over my tabletop. All right. insert piece. So we are going to open that up and line it up. And then our front. Actually, because it pops up, let's add, before we do that, let's add our So Much Love. Now, I've already gone ahead, like I said, and done some stuff. Where is my triangles? All right, triangles. They are difficult for me. So what this is 2 1/4 by 3 1/8 and cut on the diagonal. Then you're going to flip that over, and then you need coordinating paper. So you can see that it would be like that. I didn't like that. I wanted that. So so that's 1/8 of an inch smaller. So all you have to do is glue. Now remember, all of these measurements are on my coordinating blog post. You can find the link to my website in the description box below, so that you can head on over there when you're done watching how this is all put together, and you can get those measurements so that you can write them out yourself. So you've got them on hand for, come on, trying to get that in position. All right, so that you can, oh no, did I just glue that wrong? That, oh, okay. So it goes like this. See, triangles are hard for me, you guys. So it's like this. Yeah, some things it's just really difficult to wrap that brain around. I am creative, not technical. So I struggle with things like triangles and flipping them around and all that kind of stuff. So that is going to sit like that, so that when it closes, ta-da, it comes out lovely. We're going to leave that for a moment. So we are going to, I've already got adhesive sheets on the back of this. So when you're doing this, you have to just kind of, and I've got my adhesive sheet on the back of this as well. The adhesive sheets are your friend when you are dealing with fine die cuts like this. Now, because it's so skinny, it's going to kind of stretch and warp your paper, that letter. So you have to kind of go slow and be careful and kind of push it back into shape when you're putting it on there. So, and then you think this white blob is like, what the heck? So I like to lay it out first so that I can just like that. All right, so we are going to take our sew and we're going to peel that back off. Take your pick tool is wonderful for getting in there. There we go. And remember, this is on an angle, like that. Get up there. All right, so there's our sew. And then I'm going to do the bottom, the love. I'm going to do that. And I do apologize for the length of this video, but it is a fussier card. So, whoops. It does take a smidge more to create. And then take the backing off of this. And when you're using your adhesive sheets, then you're not having to worry about mucking around with glue, getting it all over the place. And I'm trying to speed up here, and I'm getting it all stuck to my hands. There we go. So much love. I love the kind of jaunty way that is. All right, so next I want my, I just thought it needed a little something, something. So I've got my Stampin' Seal, and this will be covered up by dimensionals. I'm not too concerned. Alrighty. I'm going to flip that way. So I know I want it to go like this. So you can easily, because you've got your silicone craft sheet, so it's going to go like that. So I'm going to put that there so I know I've got the exact direction I want. And then I'm going to take it and spool that a bit and bring it down and across. All right, so, and there we have. That was easy peasy. When you do that, these scissors are not good for ribbon. It kind of makes it so much quicker and easier. Takes that frustration out. Angle that. There we go. A little bit more. And now we need our dimensionals. And I want a big pack so that I'm not messing around. So I've got a fresh package here. And you can take that to adhere that down a little bit better. And you know how I love my dimensionals. Now we can add this to the front. And we've given the glue on that DSP on the inside time to dry, so it's not going to shift on us. All right, there we go. So that about there. I'm thinking that looks good. All right. Now, if you live in Canada and don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you currently work with, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. Right now, there is the fabulous starter kit promotion going on. All of the details can be found over on my website. There's 3 different options. Maybe one is right for you. I love being a demonstrator and getting my discount. So I am just adding, these are the opaque adhesive back gems. I just thought my card needed just that little something else. So adding these makes it super cute. Now the final step, this, you can't have it extend too far, and you can't have it glued too far because you want it to not be glued to that part there. So we are just going to add some glue down here at the very bottom. And because it's going to be kind of straight up and down, as you can see. So we're going to go right here. That should be good. I'm going to flip that. I'm going to flip the other way like this so that I can make sure I've got no adhesive showing here. And then when I close that, see, it closes right down in. Now this would cost much more to mail. I am fully aware of that, but I'm okay with that. Those special people like my nephew and his wife, they deserve it. And I'm handing this to Brad, so it's okay. All right. I do apologize once again for this very long video, but there was a few steps involved. So here's my original. So much love for you. Happy anniversary. And this is so much love for you each and every day. So don't forget to check that description box below so that you can get that blog link. So you can head on over there to get those measurements. Thanks again, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.